Hello, we will look at the demonstration of mixing of zinc phosphate cement to be used as a luting agent. But before we start, a little background of the zinc phosphate cement would help. It is one of the oldest of the luting cements. It has the longest clinical track record and serves as a standard with which newer systems can be compared. It consists of powder and liquid in two separate bottles. The main ingredients of the powder are zinc oxide and magnesium oxide and other modifiers. The ingredients of the powder are sintered at temperatures between 1000 degrees Celsius to 1400 degrees Celsius into a cake that is subsequently ground into a fine powder. The powder particle size influences the setting rate of the cement mixture. Generally, the smaller the particle size, faster the set of the cement. The liquid contains phosphoric acid, water, aluminium phosphate, and in some cases zinc phosphate. The acid content of most liquids is 33 plus minus 5-8%. The water controls the ionization of the acid, which in turn influences the rate of the liquid powder, that is the acid-base reaction. Working time is measured as the time from start of the mixing to the maximum time at which the viscosity or consistency of the mix is still low enough to flow readily under pressure to form a thin film. The setting time refers to the period during which the matrix formation has reached a point at which an external physical disturbance will not cause permanent dimensional change. The reaction between the powder and liquid is exothermic, and the most effective method of controlling the working and setting times is to regulate the temperature of the mixing slab. Cooling the slab markedly retards the chemical reaction between the powder and the liquid, thereby retarding formation of the matrix. Zinc phosphate luting cements, when properly manipulated, exhibit a compressive strength of about 104 megapascals and a diametral strength of 5.5 megapascals. Modulus of elasticity of 13.7 gigapascals. It is quite stiff and should be resistant to elastic deformation even when it is used as a luting agent for restorations that are subjected to high masticatory stresses. For cementation, a film thickness between 20 to 40 micron is desirable. 2 gram per 1 ml or lower ratio is adequate to produce a film thickness less than 40 micron with a setting time of 5 to 10 minutes. With some cements, a film thickness of 30 micron or less can be achieved with 1.6 gram per 1 ml ratio. A film thickness less than 25 micron is considered optimum for cementation of precision castings like inlays and crown. But the consistency for use of this cement as a base material under filling is usually thicker. Thus, a ratio of 2 to 4 gram per ml is usually adequate for this purpose, and it sets within 4 to 6 minutes. To mix the zinc phosphate cement, we need to fluff the bottle, and while dispensing, we need to take a full scoop of the powder. Now here the difficulty is, it is written in all the textbooks that the ratio should be 1.4 to 1.8 grams per 1 ml of the liquid. But it is very difficult to make these measurements. Hence, I have used this standard scoop. So 1 scoop of the powder to 1 full drop of the liquid. Now the liquid bottle is also shaken just before the mixing. A cool glass slab is taken, but it should not be below the dew point. The powder is divided into small increments in order to incorporate more powder, and the powder is mixed in increments in figure of 8 or circular or in a folding motion. The liquid should not be dispensed unless one is ready to start the mixing, otherwise there is loss of the water and it leads to Now this is a mix typically which is not forming a string, so it is to be discarded if we are to use it for a cement luting. This can be suitable only for application as a cement base, where the proportion is usually 2.4 to 2 to 4 grams per ml of the liquid. Hence, if we have to mix the cement for luting purpose, take 1 full scoop of powder and 2 full drops of the liquid. Divide the powder into small increments and start mixing the increments. The consistency of the mix depends on the intended usage. Hence, if we have divided the powder and we are mixing in slow increments and small increments, then we will be able to assess the consistency that we desire. So this is the string test, wherein we try to lift it off and it stays unbroken for around ½ inch. This is the time we know that the cement is ready and the cement is adequate or used as a luting agent. This is the excess powder that we have, we do not need to use it. Now once we have placed our cement inside the interior surface of the restoration, we just give it a light tap so that there are no voids, and then we place it on the restoration, intended restoration, with slight finger pressure and hold it in place till the initial setting time, which should be around 3 minutes. And then since the mix has become tacky, we remove it from the excess cement is removed, though it is not tacky yet. And the patient is asked to bite using a small cotton roll in centric occlusion and hold the bite for another 10 minutes.